is the center point. Food is.
They do what they do in Lebanon is what they call meze. And meze is a whole bunch of small plates that they do. And the small plates, people will sit on the lunch table because our biggest meal is lunchtime.
Yeah.
So what they do is they sit on the table and with all the small plates like this, they can go for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Drinking and eating, and they usually drink arak. So.
My mom is one of the strongest women I've ever known. My mom and I couldn't talk to each other for years. We would only scream at each other. This was before I came out. This was teenage stuff. This was a young teenager who was angsty and frustrated, and a young mom who was learning and who was working very hard to build a future for her kids.
Your mom is born and raised in Lebanon.
My mom is born and raised in Lebanon, but Palestinian.
Yeah.
And my dad is born and raised in Lebanon, but Lebanese. And
That's very cool.
yeah, and they met because my dad's sister, who's much older than him because he is the baby of 10, and my mom's father lived on the same floor in an apartment building.
My parents came to Canada as refugees from a place where LGBTQ issues, certainly at that time, were not at the forefront. It was the middle of a civil war. The civil war was claiming the lives of my family. We came here to seek refuge. So for them to 10 years ago recognize that their child was different, and even more different than their child already was, living in a predominantly non-Arab community, was a huge shock to them. I think there's something to be said about historical trauma. You know, my mom's family is Palestinian. Something to be said about leaving your homeland however many years prior, and that what needs to happen is moving forward. And we need to build a future life because where we come from is painful. So she was always sort of looking forward, okay, let's get the kids in school. And then after they go through school, Hayfa's gonna find a husband, and she's gonna get married and have a beautiful white wedding. And that's gonna be a gift, and moving forward. So when I came out, it affected the way that she saw the future, which is a very uncomfortable thing when you come from histories of war and genocide. The future is what you hold on to. You believe you know the future, and so when the future shifts so dramatically in what must have felt like for her the drop of a dime, I think that was very challenging for her. One of the big shifts that happened is that my parents started to do their work around having a queer Lebanese-Palestinian child in a very heteronormative family. And I had to start doing my work to recognize where they come from, why it is that they struggle with the things that they struggle with. And I think that as a younger person, I really believed that all the work that needed to be done was on their end. And that doesn't work. A relationship, by definition, is two people relating. At the end of the day, my mom is the most loving woman I know. She has surprised me and continues to surprise me in ways that I couldn't have even imagined 1 year ago, let alone 5 years ago, let alone 10 years ago. I'll ask her to be a part of something that is celebrating the fact that I am queer, and she says yes. It may have taken her almost 10 years to get to where she's at now, but if I can be my mom to my kids, that would be a blessing. She's phenomenal.